Good evening. Don't we all want to be successful? Raise your hand, please, if you prefer success over failure. Certainly, we all want to be successful. But as long as we live on this earth, as long as we do things in this world, we will succeed, and we certainly will fail. Michael Jordan is considered one of the greatest athletes of all time, but even he failed over and over again. No one can escape from failure. At some point in our life, we will fail, but we cannot be scared, we cannot give up, and we cannot be defeated. Failures can crush us and haunt us with unpleasant memories. We are all naturally scared of failures. But why should we be scared of it? Failure is not a ghost, but a friend who can teach us, a stepping stone to wisdom, and simply a step closer to success. Along with thousands of other inventions, Thomas Edison invented the first electric lamp. In the process of inventing this lamp, he spent over 10 years and failed over 10,000 experiments. Yet, he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. What a perspective. We have to follow Edison's thinking and perceive our failures in the right way. When we face failures, do not be discouraged, do not be pessimistic, and do not be scared. Start again and keep fighting for the success. Failures can be a cage that traps our mind, preventing us to entertain the possibility of freedom and success. We may be convinced that we cannot do it. Therefore, we will not try. But the true failure only happens when we give up. President Abraham Lincoln has been painted as the greatest president of the United States of America. It is a good thing that the history also records his failure, because the record reflects his attitude of never giving up. He failed twice in business. He was defeated for state legislature, for speaker, for elector, twice for the Congress, twice for Senate, and for vice president. Finally, in 1860, he was successfully elected the president. These failures could not stop him. He kept moving forward. He was defeated more times than he won, but that did not mean he was a failure. Remember that failures are only permanent if we stop trying. I believe the only real failure is a failure not to move on. Failures are often devastating. They can bring us despair. They can crush the focus of our life. They can make us lose faith. We cannot be defeated by failure if we can see the seeds of success when they come. Steve Jobs, one of the richest person on this planet, was fired from Apple back in 1985. He had a different vision of future with his partner, and eventually they had a falling out. The board of directors of Apple sided with his partner, so he was out. He said that what had been the focus of his entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. He really didn't know what to do for a few months. He was a very public failure. I even thought about running away. But something slowly began to draw on him. He said, I quote, I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple did not change that one bit. I have been rejected, but I was still in love. And so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could ever happen to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar. Pixar went on to create the world's first computer animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now one of the most successful animation studios in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next. I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. I'm pretty sure none of this would have happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was an awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick, but do not lose faith, end quote. Many of us tend to sink into the despair, the pain, and lost confidence and faith. We even abandon the chance to win. Is crying tears going to save us from the fact that we failed? The answer is no, never. The only thing that we can do to save ourselves from failure is to be determined and see the hope of success ahead. Edison was not scared, nor did he complain. Abraham Lincoln did not give up, nor did he stop trying. Steve Jobs did not despair, nor did he lose faith. When failure comes, treat it not just as an ordeal, but a treasure and a reminder. We have to know that the journey of life is neither easy nor peaceful. In the future, there will always be more storms waiting for us. When the storm comes, do not cry or complain about the unfairness of life. We need to get up from where we fell and continue to walk with a more determined step into the journey. Thank you.